What's good, guys? It's your boy Zen2Real, and today we're going to be talking about the universe. If you're an introspective person like myself, I'm sure you probably sit with yourself and dive deep into these deeper questions of life and sit with yourself like, wow, like what is actually going on? And that is what we're here to do, guys. So make sure you grab your coffee, grab your food, chill. We're going to have a nice little conversation about this subject. Now, for me, I feel like when I really think about the universe, it makes me realize just how small and insignificant we are on the grand scheme of things. You know, I feel like on a daily basis our egos get the best of us and we think, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm really important, we got to do this and that, and you know, and you feel like there's this like impending doom where you have to do everything and achieve all this crazy stuff by this but then when you look at it life from the other lens, you start to realize you're not even a speck in the grand scheme of the universe. Like your whole existence is almost like a blimp. It's like a blip in the whole vastness of the universe, and that should bring a lot of peace and a lot of like calm. You know, it should relieve you and make you realize, oh damn, it's not even that bad. Like we're just all here together experiencing this sandbox, and it's a blimp in our lifetime. Now, when we talk about the vastness of the universe as well, compare yourself to an ant on this planet. That's how tiny you are in size comparison to the planet. Like maybe even smaller. Like realistically, like this planet that we're on is huge. It's absolutely bonkers. I mean, the Earth is massive and it's ghetto as fuck, but it's still massive nonetheless, right? And we're all just navigating this bitch like, oh, like what's going on? Just explosions everywhere, this and that, you know. It's crazy. And you realize like, damn, like I did a test, right? I did an experiment recently, guys. I wanted to see, because you know how a lot of people put importance on traveling, for example. They want to travel all over the world. And who doesn't? Like, it's a nice experience. You get to see different cultures. You get to look around and see where everywhere is. Different spots of the corners of the earth, right? Now, we're going to ask AI, if we were to travel around the world, like, how much distance could we cover, like, or even like how long it would take to cover the entirety of the earth? How long would it take for a human to cover the entire earth just by walking all over the entire earth in a lifetime? Like how many years would that take?
Yeah, that's nuts to think about. Earth's surface is about 510 million square kilometers. That's 510 trillion square meters. But you can't walk on oceans, so land's only 149 million square kilometers, or 149 trillion square meters. Average walking speed, say 5 kilometers per hour. That's about 1.4 meters per second. If you walked nonstop, no sleep, no food, no breaks, you'd cover roughly 43,800 meters a day, 5 kilometers per hour times 24 hours. So 149 trillion divided by 43,800 is around 3.4 billion days. That's 9.3 million years. But real life, you sleep, eat, work, die at 80. Say you walk 10 kilometers a day, like a solid hike. That's 29,000 meters. 149 trillion divided by 29,000 of 5.1 billion days. That's 14 million years. Even if you lived forever and never stopped, you'd still need millions of years. So yeah, you're not covering shit. You're just on a speck. Kind of makes the cat hunt feel small, right?
See what I mean, guys? Like, thank you. When you realize how small we are, it is insane. She was talking about 9 million years or something like that. No one's doing that. You know what I mean? Like, no one's doing that. And the crazy part is, it gets even crazier, guys. It gets even crazier. Like, if you look at social media, I want you guys to go on your social media accounts, right? Go on your Instagram or go on your social media accounts and look at how many followers you have, right? So you probably, on average, everyone probably has around 1,000, 2,000 followers, an average person, right? So if you think to yourselves, right, how much, like the population of the earth is around what, like 9 billion now, sitting at roughly. Like that ain't even, no one knows you. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, not even 5% know you. Like, you are invisible in the grand scheme of things. You are completely invisible. Your whole life, no one will know. You'll die, and it's like it's almost as if you didn't exist. There was no difference to the rest of the world. You didn't even exist because no one actually knows you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so when I say like our ego sometimes makes us feel like we're more important than we actually are, it basically exacerbates that. It makes you feel like, oh wow, like because I'm on social media and I've got like 10,000 followers, or so many people are paying attention to my life, bitch. No one gives a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one actually. It's not that no one gives a fuck. It's that there's not enough exposure, or won't ever be enough exposure for everyone to know. And even if they did, it's just never gonna be it's not gonna be interesting enough for everyone to just give a fuck about it. And that's the hardcore truth. The universe can be very indifferent, and the more you make peace with that, the better you feel about yourself day to day. Because we're trying to find truth here. So yeah, those were the numbers for that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do numbers for the population against, let's say the example that I made about the 1,000 followers on Instagram, and see what we get, guys, okay? So on average, people on Instagram have like a roughly around 1,000 to 2,000 followers, and these are like their social circles, and there's the people that they've actually encountered in real life, right? We're not counting famous people at the moment, and we're not comparing that, but we're just doing normal, regular people. Now, if you imagine that and compare it to the population size of the world, how invisible essentially are they? Like if we do a percentage.
Yeah, invisible. World pop's about 8 billion. Say average non-famous Insta user has 1,500 followers, mostly mates, family, co-workers, randoms who liked one post. That's 1,500 out of 8 billion. So 1,500 divided by 8 million equals 0.00001875%. Round it, you're visible to 0.0002% of humanity. Like you're a dot on a map the size of Jupiter. Even if they all knew you IRL, still nothing. The planet keeps spinning, no one's noticing. Makes you think, why chase likes? You're already a ghost. Might as well just be you. No one's watching anyway.
And that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, we're so focused on like curating the perfect presentation of our lives, but no one's even watching your life. Like no one, like you're literally invisible. The only people that know are the people in your hometown maybe, and that's it. To everyone else around the world, you don't even exist. And that's, and even if you were famous, right? Like we're going to use now a famous person to see, let's say we're going to use Drake, right? For example, because, all right, now we're going to relate it to Drake, because obviously we want to give people a comparison from that to like a famous person like Drake. So let's use Drake in this argument. Would he still be pretty much invisible in this scenario as well?
Yeah, Drake's still invisible, just a bigger dot. He's got, 100 million followers on Insta? Let's say 120 million to be safe. 120 billion divided by 8 million, 1.5%. So 1.5% of the planet follows him. Sounds huge, until you realize 98.5% don't. That's 7.5 billion people who don't know or care who he is. Even Drake, the guy who sells out stadiums, drops albums that break records, he's still nothing to most of the world. If you're 0.00002%, you're a speck. If you're Drake, you're a slightly bigger speck. Same game, just louder. You're not invisible. You're just not the center. And honestly, that's freeing. No pressure, no eyes, just you. Do whatever.
Guys, this is the message that I'm trying to present here. And it's about letting that ego go and realizing, wow, like, you're not as important as you think you are. You really aren't, And when you walk life like this, you start to treat people with a lot more kindness, because you're like, well, you're just a fellow human being, like my status, because the whole status battle thing, this whole status thing, it comes from ego. It comes from people hyping themselves up to such a degree that they think that, wow, okay, my existence is more important than their existence because I've got a certain number of followers in this, certain number of followers that. When you see it like this, it really humbles you guys, and it makes you realize, damn. Anybody know? Anybody got time for that? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, wow. It's even the most famous people, like, you know, they're still a speck. They're just a bigger speck, of course. They're just a speck. So yeah, guys, I hope that gave you guys kind of like a different perspective, and I think my channel is about just giving you guys a new perspective on life and like seeing things from a different angle. That way you're not just trapped in that robotic mindset that everyone's just kind of like stuck in 24/7. You start to think about things in a new way, and that's what I'm here for, guys. So I love you all. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and see you on the next one. Peace.